So I shared with you all last week that I am so excited because my favorite chakra to clear, if you could have a favorite chakra, and I'm saying yes, you can, is the heart chakra. The heart chakra is just so important because it is the chakra that balances the heavens and the earth. And it is also the chakra that is the first chakra that leads to the heavens. So it's my very, very favorite. So we obviously know the color. The color is green, right? Not pink or red as we've been told, but the color is green. And the Sanskrit name, I'm going to try this one, is Anahata. And the symbol is the symbol of the lotus flower with 12 petals. So the heart chakra is located between the breasts, right? And it's related to air, social identity, balance, self-acceptance, compassion, and healing. Remember, we've been talking about the relationships of the chakra points, and this one is not that we place more value on one than the other, but I just think it's very interesting because self-acceptance comes up again. Self-acceptance and compassion. Self-acceptance, compassion, healing, and love first to self and then to others, right? It's where, as I said, the mind body connects. It talks about the ego and unity and persona and shadow. The heart chakra controls the circulatory system and the thymus gland. It's connected to the heart, as we would suspect, upper back, breast, lungs, blood, and air circulation. But when it's out of sorts, look what happens. Loneliness, sense of alienation, asthma, which has to do with the breathing, right? Heart disease, high blood pressure, lung disease, upper back, shoulder, arm, and wrist pain. It's very interesting. I had a aha moment earlier this week. And what came to me, I was watching something, presentation, and what really came very clear to me is that many people, and this is so, please let this come down deep. Many people are living in a terminal and chronic feeling of separation, loneliness, and without connection. Many people. And you know how I always talk to you all and I say, we have a purpose of being here. We were called here for a specific purpose. And I believe that part of that, a great part of that, is to heal that. Because if we can, I mean, we've got what? 8 billion people on earth. And if we can get to the place where we are actually participating in healing separation, so the people not only don't feel that they're separated from God, but that they're also not separated from each other, I think that we will have a different world to live in. I really do. I think that's part of our mission, to heal that feeling of separation. So chakra purpose is to become open to love and compassion, both yourself and those around you. So tell those that you love them. Watch a romantic movie if that's, that was my thing. I love movies. Read a love story, take time for deep breathing, and be with nature. Selfless love activates this chakra. So let's do this. Yes? So once again, let's close the physical eyes and be willing to move into a place where we are choosing to see with the first eye. And let's take that breath into that space and move the energy from all spaces, from earth, from heaven, from the surrounding, bring the energy of everything and everyone around you into the heart chakra. If you're so moved, you can put your hand on your chakra and then just allow it to be filled with the warmth, the love, the compassion, the beauty, the inclusion of all things. Just imagine the movement of that wheel as it moves clockwise. And just feel that energy warm the entire being of you. And breathe into that. Breathe, truly breathe with the intention of love and compassion. First for yourself, for your entire being, so that you are accepting not just your spiritual self, but even this human experience right now as it appears. Accept that. Love that. Please love you. And just let the breath, the very breath of God, fill your entire being, and let that portion of you that we are naming, calling the nature of you, your heart, expand so that it seems in this moment as if it is filling your entire being. Just feel that. So that there is no space, there is no spot within you that is not love. So that you are love personified, you are love itself. And then operate from there. Let that sit and resonate and fill this space called now. Breathe. Allow. Be. Accept. Know. And then now, as we are filled with what we always were, but we're now choosing to remember and accept and acknowledge that we are love personified. We learned this as very young children. God is love. We are God, therefore we are love. Then be in agreement to share that energy, that vibration, and fill the room that you're in. The very room where you sit, just fill that with that vibration. And just see how the air changes. So breathe that love into your lungs as you at the same time expand it into the room. We can do this. It is our nature. And then allow that love to expand in your entire home so that anyone entering this dwelling of love and compassion and peace is immediately struck. What is that? And then they remember. They remember. Oh, yes. This is what love feels like. And then they are invited to expand it as well. You see how it works? And because love is unlimited, with no boundaries, as God is the nuclei whose circumference does not exist. So therefore, let's step out one more time. And in the neighborhood where you are, in your, what you call your community, can we spread and share this vibration of love there? Is it possible? Are you willing? Even the neighbors that maybe cause a little bit of friction, are you willing to share with them? So if so, then take that breath and spread it into your community. Yes. And say yes. So that even now we are decreeing as healers of the universes that even now there's a second in time that everyone in your community is just in this pause, in this next word, yes, are feeling that absolute knowing of being loved. How magnificent is that? What greater gift could you possibly give anyone than to remind them that they are loved? Resonate with that. Look at your magnificence in doing that. You want to heal the world? Here you go. Heal it with love. Yes. And so now that we're in the practice of this, so the energy is growing in this community and now in your neighborhood, can we reach out and into the great state of Georgia? Could we send love and well-being and peace and happiness and kindness and compassion into our state? So that those who are in governing positions, that in this moment, rather than to be in opposition, we are actually in inclusion. And now they are then invited into this circle of love that we have created. Those in this community are now healing the state of Georgia. What? Yes. So spread it everywhere, every nook and cranny, behind every door, everyone. And let it be so as we decree that love is the way. We collectively agree that love is the way. Yes. Yes. And so Georgia is a connected state. It's part of the continental USA. So could we collectively right now, do we have the bandwidth? Do we have the desire to bless and heal the United States, including all of the territories and islands? I say yes. And I know there must be at least one here that would agree with me. And so take this breath and release it onto these USA territories. That has been called this, but was always part of God's plan and collectiveness for our world. But in this moment, we won't quibble. So sending love in that breath, saying yes, and standing out and standing in affirmation and knowing it is so. You cannot send love without it being received, and you can't give without receiving it yourself. What a wonderful exchange. Yes. Hold that energy for our place of being. Stand in the gap for those who may not know. But in this moment, they know because we have breathed and nothing can deny the breath of God. So hold that vibration, recognizing that we're using the heart chakra as a template, but this is the love of God we're talking about here. So our heart is actually a channel for the love of God, unconditional love. Expand every day, all day. And so now that we know the secret, there is no spot where God is not, then let's spread it through the entire world. All these places and people who are in the illusion of war, in the illusion of conflict with brother against brother, sister against sister, time, ancient conflicts. Yes, I say they could use some love this morning. So take a breath. And whatever time zone there is, God transcends time. That's a human construct, right? So go ahead and take that breath and breathe into every place that we call this beautiful blue planet. Breathe life into it. Breathe love into it. So our brother and sisters that are of nature, trees, birds, plants. Our brothers and sisters that swim in the ocean, breathe love and life and love again into them. Our brothers and sisters that are in human form, cover them, slather them with love. Yes. 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 And I invite you one more step out, healers, because that's who you are. And I'm calling you by your name, healers, to step out into the universe. And everything that is there, seen and unseen, universes known and unknown. Take a collective breath and spread love. Yes. And in this moment, as you stand in your full array of your spiritual self, collect everything that we've mentioned and not mentioned and swaddle it in love. People who seem to stand in opposition to us, let's love them back to their right mind. Situations and circumstances that appear to be out of kilter, love is the way. And so we call it right now, right action, right here. And we say yes, and so it is. Cannot be resisted. Know this. This is the truth. So help me, God. Just sit in that for a second. Love will lead the way. Love is the answer. You are love. Sit. Breathe. Say yes. And then take a breath. And return to the now. This time we've designated as a stay. this hour, this minute, this second. Return to that. Let yourself be filled with your majesty of healing from your heart chakra out and in. And stand recognizing the beautiful temple that holds this. Say yes to it. And then move back into it. Moving your fingers and toes, acknowledging that you're back in that you've created in love. Choosing, if it is so within your knowing and acceptance, to allow love to guide this day and tomorrow and this week as far out as you can go. Lead with your heart. Lead with this chakra. Take a breath. Open your eyes and see anew. And welcome the healing and vitality that you've created. And so it is. Ashe. Love you all. You're everything. And so it is.